conclude just that part of the exhibition, we're going to be screening a short film by the photographer Rabih, who is a Lebanese artist. He's a filmmaker as well as an actor. So I'm not going to reveal much about the film, so I'm going to start off with this.
This video was the catalyst of this presentation. Double shooting. One person is shooting with a camera and the other is shooting with a rifle. One shoots for his life and the life of his citizens, and the other shoots for his life and the life of his regime. How can we read this video? The duration of the video is 1 minute and 23 seconds. The shot is taken from one of the upper floors of the building in a residential neighborhood. It's clear that the Syrian cameraman is filming from the window or balcony of an apartment. He is standing inside the apartment, holding his mobile phone in his hand and filming what's happening outside. The film starts with the sound of a gun being shot, followed by a series of images of rooftops, balconies, walls, windows, and different buildings. The unseen cameraman makes a fast-paced introduction.
الأمر يضرب على الإخوة المواطنين في تحية طريق الشام كانوا الشام 1/7/2011 بدون أي سبب، لا تظاهر ولا أي شيء.
Suddenly, the eye spots a sniper hiding in the street, lurking behind the wall of a building in the right-hand corner. The eye loses the sniper. It tries to spot him again. It hovers left and right, up and down, nothing, nothing, nothing. And then there he is, in the street, still there, standing and holding his rifle. The image is shaking, as if the viewer's eye cannot believe what it's seeing. Suddenly, the sniper sees the eye watching him. An instant, the eyes of the two men meet. Eye contact. Then, without the slightest hesitation, the sniper lifts his gun and aims at the eye. He shoots and hits his target. The eye falls to the ground, turned upwards towards the ceiling of the room. The voice of the cameraman who was hit is heard saying, I am wounded, I am wounded, I am wounded. Then, nothing. Complete silence. The image stops. Is he dead? We don't know. I assume that what the protesters in Syria are seeing is the exact same thing that they are watching directly on the tiny screens of their mobile phone as they serve. What I mean is that they are not looking around to choose a certain scene or angle to shoot, but rather they are always simultaneously looking through the camera and shooting. The eye and the lens of the camera see the same thing. The camera has become an integral part of the body. Their cameras are not cameras, but eyes implanted in their hands. Here is the killer. There is nothing to see but a face with no eyes and no features. Is it not better to run out of sight of those killers before they kill them? Why do they continue to film even as their eyes watch the guns being aimed at their lenses to shoot them? I ask these questions because every time I watch this video and a few other similar videos, I can see that the cameraman would have escaped if he had wanted to. He had enough time to run away before the sniper shot him. But instead, he kept filming. The Syrian cameraman would be watching the sniper, directing his rifle towards him as if it were happening inside the film and as if he were only a spectator. This is why he does not feel the danger of the gun and does not run away. Because as we know, in a film the bullet will not lose its way as it whizzes past and out of the film. I mean, it will not break through the screen and hit one of the spectators. No way. It will always remain there, in the virtual world, in the fictional world. Perhaps when the eye sees the struggle between the voice and this is why the Syrian cameraman believes that he will not be killed because his death is happening inside the village. This is why he does not still, the protesters' images are as anxious as their own consent, as tired as their own parents, as painful as their own pain, and as enthusiastic as their own enthusiasm. They shoot spontaneously without any hesitation. The protesters' images don't hide any ideological discourse or subliminal messages. Their only concern is to record the event as it is experienced in real time in order to report to the world what they are going through over there. Second last one.
So that was in fact the video which started off this whole presentation, this whole idea on working on a project which combines photography and political expression. So when I first saw this video, I was just struck by it. I was just struck by the fact that someone actually did something like this about the questions of the role of the spectator. And another thing I found interesting was later on when the artist talks about his experience working on this project. He says that what inspired him to work on this was a statement his friend made. He said that it was as though the Syrian people were filming their own death. And in fact, that was what they were doing. And the way the photographer combined all of it, it was very hard-hitting. And after I'd seen this video, I'd seen a series, The Horror in Pink. And this too made me stop and take a step back, because there again you see the brutality, and at that moment it was just all so overwhelming, the video and the series. And that's how our group started. And in the beginning, our whole intention to start to work on this was just to explore the impact of photographs on the political sphere around us. And that's what we did for a lot of time. And that's how our meetings also were held. So a typical meeting was literally we sitting together, picking out images we really liked, and then we would split the images amongst ourselves, 7 of us. And we would look up the history and come back and we would discuss about it. And as I said, the intention was all about how powerful images can be. But throughout this process where we were talking about images, we talked about each photograph, the photographer, the societal situation at that time, about the government, the people in the photograph, and all of that. And somewhere along the line, the whole intent of our project had shifted completely. We found ourselves dealing with questions on violence, the need for power, what role do we play as a spectator, are we using news in a way, as though it's entertainment at times, and how is it that people hold such strong views and beliefs in the name of which they could commit such atrocities, kill people, and they would justify all of it in the name of their belief. And there, subconsciously, without us knowing, this is what we were tackling with. It was no longer about how powerful images could be. And yeah, so it was a difficult task for us setting up this exhibition as well, because we had to compress hours and hours of discussion into 1 or 2 lines. And we had to eliminate so many other photographs we had come across. And it went on, the process of 2 months. We started in a certain manner, and then we were tackling these questions. And later on, just the past 2 weeks, the dimension of our discussion changed completely. We as a group, we started having more intense discussions. And the past 2 weeks, we've been talking about things like how maybe these conflicts we talk about are not so distant at all. What is the, how different is the conflicts in our lives from those happening around the world, from what's happening in Syria, from the people in the Philippines killing others because they're suspected of taking drugs. And then it bridged the gap because we generally felt that the conflict happening outside, the conflict happening in the world around us was so different and we don't connect to it. And maybe it wasn't,